Hello everybody, my name is Kirill and I am a software engineer who loves running. And today we're going to talk about Berlin Half Marathon. It is sponsored by SportScheck. It is a big shop which sells different sport tools, sport kits, pretty decent one. And so they sponsored this run, so it was totally branded by SportScheck Lauf Half Marathon, something like this. So, and I'm going to tell you pros and cons of this run, of this half marathon, if you're planning to participate in it. Let me start with the cons, with downsides of this run. The first one, the metal is really cheap. You can literally feel it. It is very lightweight. It's made, I don't know, I even tried to bite it. I thought it's like made of plastic. Totally cheap, terrible metal. And the print there is also, like this. Another thing, the second downside is that you should make 2 laps. So the course contains 2 laps. You run together with 10K and 10K make 1 lap, and you together with them first 1 lap, and then you continue doing the second one. It is not so bad. If you're okay with doing laps in your run, it's totally fine for you. Just I prefer to have A-B races, or if it's a circle, if it's a lap, at least 1 lap, like a huge one. I love this kind of races. Another downside of this race is that they didn't have any food on the course. Like literally no spot for food, no bananas, no apples, nothing, like no chocolate. These things which we all love. When you run and you see there are Snickers, you eat it, it's so great, like hires up your sugar level to the sky, and you're high. And they had one place with food, but it was only after the finish, like when you don't really need food. As usual in Germany, they had beer, non-alcoholic beer, Erdinger, and they had a food, bananas, apples, pretty good bananas actually. So the next one, the fourth downside of this run. As I said, the race happened in Berlin. And if you have ever been in Berlin, most likely you know that it's a very flat city. You have maybe a couple of places which are named Berg, something Berg, like Prenzlauer Berg, Kreuzberg. They have some elevations, actually pretty small one. When we have to do elevation training, it's really difficult for us. It's really difficult for us to find places where we can do elevation training. Not so many of them. However, in this race, organizers were able to find 2 elevations. However, these elevations weren't really steep. They were almost flat, however, they were pretty long, and it's exhausting. And it's 2 laps, as I said. First time you run, it's pretty okay, but when you run it second time, you're already a bit tired. So it was tough. Not extra tough, but just keep it in mind. It will be there. So do at least a couple of elevation trainings during your training period. That's it about downsides of this run, and now it's time for really cool stuff you can get there. And the first one is Berlin itself. If you have never been in Berlin, guys, it's a beautiful city. It has so many things to offer. I'm not a travel blogger, so I will not be giving you tips about traveling in Berlin. However, it's a great city. You have to visit it. And the following second cool thing about this run is surroundings. This half marathon happens not in the city center, so you should not expect lots of tourists and ancient buildings. It will be a bit far away. However, it has U-Bahn station, so underground station, right near the start and end. It's really convenient to get there. And when you run through really different places. There are small sort of village-like areas. There are areas with quite old buildings, like 100 years old, 150 years old, even some Bavarian-like buildings, and shopping streets, just huge wide streets, so like totally different landscape. It's beautiful. I can definitely recommend it. The next one is people. It's always lovely to see when people support either their relatives, their teammates, or just random people, and you can feel it on this race. People were clapping, singing, waving with flags. There even was one family providing food. So remember I was telling that there was no food? So this family, they were sharing watermelon, bananas, and mineral water. It was so great, it was so lovely. And you remember I was winning about elevations? Forget about it. The track almost flat, so it's really perfect to set your personal record. These elevations, they are really tiny, and even considering them, there's almost no wind, and especially for us it was beautiful weather, like plus 20, no rain, just slightly sunny, so it was beautiful. This place is flat and really suitable for your personal record. Another thing is refreshment stations. Because it's 2 laps, they were able to put more refreshment stations, and you have water every 2.5 kilometers. So if you're preparing for this half marathon, you don't have to carry your own water. We had our own because we also used isotonic. So you should have liquid if you only want to have isotonic. Otherwise, just use their water. It's like really everywhere. They also had some showers. It was really great. And the last but not least, t-shirt. It is so rare that race organizers provide you with a t-shirt, and they did. It's branded by Under Armour. Very good one. Lightweight, with proper format, with a great design. So I really love it. I'm going to wear it also on other half marathons where organizers don't provide you with a t-shirt. So come and get it. It's a really cool one, you will enjoy it. So my overall impression is that this half marathon is a great one. I can recommend visiting it. Come to Berlin, enjoy your stay, and set your own record. See you next time. I run next half marathon in a week in Budapest. Stay tuned.